are back in the UK, but you did some training with us in Singapore. How did that all come about?
Yeah, so prior to moving to the UK, I was living in Sydney and then in Singapore. And so I started my IECL Level 1 training when I was in Singapore. So having lived in Sydney, I wanted to do my training with a well-recognised organisation, and I knew that IECL was the most recognised body in Australia. And I expected we'd be eventually moving back there rather than to London. So I chose IECL, and I travelled back to Sydney to do my Level 1 there, and then I did the Level 2 in Singapore, on the ground in Singapore, and then we moved to the UK unexpectedly, and I wanted to complete my training, and so it made sense for me to continue with IECL and do my Level 3 virtually from London, which was actually a course that was run out of Hong Kong. So
right.
It's been quite international. I was a bit nervous about it because it was a 2 a.m. course, which sort of meant getting up at 1:30, and actually on the first day we were already coaching at sort of 3 o'clock in the morning, so I had to be on the ball. But I have to say, and I obviously didn't know what it would be like to do a virtual training, having done it face to face, and having enjoyed that so much. But I think absolute credit to the course and the trainers, because I was never, falling asleep, despite the fact that it was the middle of the night. I felt fully engaged and really enjoyed it throughout the course. So there was lots of activities and coaching practice and funny moments and opportunity to engage with different people on the course and so on, and I sort of all got out of it, regardless of being in my little office in the middle of the night.
I know a lot of people are worried, how am I going to sit through 3 days on Zoom? But I guess if you can start at 2 a.m. and do it, anyone can do it.
Yeah, and actually the time goes quickly because you're actively engaged, just sort of sitting listening, and there's lots of breaks, and actually it flew by.
So how would you compare the face-to-face as opposed to the virtual experience?
I actually felt like I still, the use of the breakout rooms gives you a really good opportunity to get to know people, and I'm still in contact with some of the people from Level 3, as I am from Level 2, and I've been doing some peer coaching practice with them, so I think that tells me that there was plenty of that personal engagement. Other than that, I think the training, it really didn't make any difference. I trained my Level 2 with John in Singapore, who's fabulous, and he also did the Level 3, and courses set up so that there's pre-work and post-work, which you do separately to the in-class training anyway. Yeah.
You could do that at a decent hour of day.
Yeah.
What's next for you as a coach? Where to from here?
I've been continuing to coach as much as I can, and practice as much as I can, and I've almost completed my 100 hours now for my
well done.
ICF Associate Certified Coach credentials. So I'm really excited about that.
So you'll be applying for your ACC soon, sounds like?
I will, yes, in probably just a few weeks, I think, just get the last little bit under my belt. So.
Well, that's a huge accomplishment. Congratulations on getting that's great.
Thank you. The level of professionalism and experience of the trainers is really exceptional. So I've had 2 different trainers during my journey, but then also my mentor coach as part of Level 3, and I've done some of the participation events that have happened afterwards, where we've practiced coaching, and the the people that have been running those are just found to be really fantastic in their approach and their abilities, and sometimes the coach sessions that we watch as part of the training, so we get to watch a live coaching event, and I think everybody's always in awe of how amazing it is, and it's a real something to aspire to. So that's fantastic.
Yeah, they're really inspiring, aren't they? Those demos. We're just going to do a few more of those through the membership program. So it's an opportunity for people who are not needing to do another training or are not in line for training to get to some of those master coaches in action.
Yeah, I think it's fantastic. And also, just as you mentioned, the sort of that membership program and the alumni, it's great to have that networking, especially as a coach when you're often working alone, to have that network of other coaches out there that you can chat to and hear from and still continue to develop and learn from after your training.